last time... Why am I echoing? Anyway, last time you guys had some conversations at Hawthorne, trying to figure out what's going on after your friend is apparently got his memories back. Had to kind of sleep that off, because, wow. You decided you got your permission to go to Aquarian to find out some more information about the marks you guys all have on your wrists. Got that permission and traveled there with very little incident. You made it into Aquarian. This town is basically known as the Town of Glass, because it's basically all this kind of dark greenish kind of glass. It's either completely made from it or everything is kind of accented with it. And you met with the woman that runs the town, Guardian Candace Rowland, who imparted to you a little bit of information and managed to get some information out of you about the fact that you actually had this mark on your wrist. It wasn't just something you found elsewhere. And I believe is it an audio issue with me or just you?
I can hear you fine.
Yeah, I hear you fine.
I think we ended with you guys going to the inn for the night, because I believe it was evening, and yeah, so I guess we'll pick up with, is there anything anyone wants to do, discuss, whatever, this evening before you bed down?
We had just left.
Yeah, I think so.
You're all that information.
You're just headed towards the inn, I guess. The Sweet Pixie Inn. Saying that it's more, I think kind of said it was more of a, it's an inn, but it's more of a, just a place for people go to relax after a hard day of studying and researching.
At least we know stuff.
That's many things, I believe.
Yeah. So are you really that old, Gail?
According to her, yes.
Do you typically age while you're dead?
I mean, she doesn't look 400 and something years old, although I'm not.
If anything, you might be younger than you after you ever have been.
I don't think I aged in reverse. No.
How old do you think you are? Like body-wise.
Well, I mean, if this is still the same body, I mean, 400, I guess.
No, but how do you feel?
Like 23, I think.
You hold yourself as a 23-year-old. Maybe a 30-year-old, possibly. You're very mature.
Thank you. I think.
Make that 24.
Oh boy.
Is there a difference between 24 and 23? Y'all are weird.
Yes. Like 3 and 7. Right? That's math.
Yeah, approximately.
You need to retalk your math work?
No. The master of mathematics.
Clearly.
So are we joining the cult now?
I don't necessarily want to join the cult.
Why?
No, it just doesn't seem quite like the place everyone wants to be in.
Cult's cool.
It would be so fun. It would be cool.
Join a cult of an evil necromantic wizard.
Oh, it sounds better when you say it.
Well, of course, everything sounds better when I say it.
That's a good point.
I mean, everyone seems to be trying to kill and/or imprison and/or get rid of this individual. So, I mean, there might be like good reason for that.
Doesn't seem like a particularly nice guy.
Yeah, probably not.
What if everyone else was rude and he was the nice guy?
Rude.
Well, we don't know. We just see it from their side.
I think what you're saying is you think I'm rude. Because I like this guy.
I mean, you are judging a person by their cover. You haven't met them yet.
Well,
Alright.
their followers did put a creepy mark on us.
So
And
cool.
kidnap us.
They did kidnap us.
That's true. But sort of like a surprise birthday party.
With corpses and getting transported against an entire continent?
It was so adventurous, wasn't it?
Adventurous
That's
is
the
a
word.
way to put it.
It is how I put it.
Not necessarily how I would put it, but
Oh, how would you put it?
unique. Not very fun.
You have fun?
Not particularly. I don't really like getting kidnapped.
I'll make a mental note not to kidnap you for your birthday.
Thank you. I'm sure Gail appreciates that too.
Oh yeah.
Specifically to not capture just Lyra, or that Gail, you don't want to be captured either.
Let's go with both right now.
Okay, I suppose I'll keep that in mind. Unless I forget!
I'm not responsible for any of this, and I have no idea where this is all coming from.
I don't think they still be the head meddling.
Somehow this is all Gail's fault.
How is it my fault?
Because you're the scary one.
Also, it's easy to find just decide to blame one person and just keep blaming things. Do it all the time.
Oh my god.
Well, it's your fault. If it's mischievous, it's mine. That's just the way it works.
And if it's gonna get you in trouble, it's someone else's fault.
Absolutely. Then it's just Lyra's.
My fault. How about we blame? We can blame your friend if it's gonna get it.
Okay. That sounds fun.
Excellent.
See, it's when they accept it that willingly, it's just not as fun as it should be.
Oh, that's not fun. If it's not fun, it should be
Keeps us out
fun.
of trouble.
Quentin, if you get me in trouble, I will seek you out and kidnap you. How does that work? Does that work?
Nah. Not very believable.
It was a good effort, though.
I tried. I really did.
E for effort, for sure.
So what are we going to do? I'm bored.
I do believe we're heading to inn tonight.
Oh, yes, I suppose we are tired.
Might be a chance to discuss some of the things we've learned.
Okay. What is there to discuss?
Make plans for the rest of tomorrow and the day after, and after that.
Oh, planning.
What would you like to do?
Remember,
I would like to join the cult.
planning comes before action because it makes action more fun.
That's not true.
Absolutely is true.
I don't agree.
You're entitled to your opinion no matter how wrong it is.
I am?
Yes, you are.
Wow. I've never owned my own opinion before. Or have I? I'm not too sure where you register that.
Not need to be registered. Opinions are never mind. I won't say that one.
Oh, I know what you were going to say. There's the inn.
Yes, as you've been walking, it's like you've been walking across town. It's a fairly small town, so it didn't really take too long. But you end up probably stopping every so often to like argue back and forth for a second. You come across this very kind of quaint looking place. It's just kind of looks like a. Almost like it'd be like a tea shop, I guess. It's got kind of like looks like a bay window that you can see like a firelight shining through somewhere in the distance. And as you walk in, it's just very homey looking, and it's at this time I think it's probably decently busy considering the size of the town, with people eating, drinking, just relaxing. And you see looks like a bartender, a halfling person, indeterminate gender, brown, mousy hair. It's kind of short. Looks like a little stockier. Just running back and forth, getting orders. What would you like to do?
We should probably go and figure out how to get lodging here tonight.
It might be very complicated. Are we sure?
Would you like to try it?
Oh, no, not quite. Actually, we should plan. And he rushes over to a table and begins doodling on the table. Number one, organize the party. Number two, find the person in charge of this tavern. Number three. Number three will be greeting them. Number four, judging who they are. Number five.
You two, go over there, babysit him. I'll get us set up.
We'll keep planning with him.
Planning. Yep.
Alright.
Fly over, sit down on the bar and look around.
As you kind of sit down, the halfling person kind of wanders over, kind of it's just like cleaning the bar, and doesn't even really notice you until like they start almost like cleaning your feet, and they're like,
ready to clean. Yeah,
they're like, oh,
I'm sitting on the bar.
like, then they look
Not at you. I'm really here.
Then they look absolutely fascinated by you because you're a fairy. You kind of stick out.
Not again.
And then they're like, oh, and they're kind of wiping their hands with the rag and say, "What can I get for you?"
First off, we're going to need two rooms.
No, it can be done.
One of them needs to have a bed big enough for, and I'll point over to your friend. And I ask if they were in that room.
Sure.
You didn't get any towels.
I'm sure we could rustle that up. do I want to know?
We just need the one bed in that room, then I'm gonna take the towel and I'm gonna figure out a way to hang it from the ceiling so I can have a little place to sleep. I just need a big towel and a small, like a baby blanket.
Oh, well, I'm sure even a small hammock of some sort could be cobbled together.
You can go hammock, but I'm telling you now, look at me, hammock.
I mean,
I get lost. I get lost in a pillowcase.
this is a town full of arcanists and mages and mystics. I'm sure something can be conjured or whatnot.
So we'll need their own room. In the meantime, when you get a chance, we can swing by and get their drink orders, and I will just take it in. Coffee cup size, regular people coffee cup size, and that's a good one for me.
All right. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. Before I go any further, she did say that we had free rooms, right?
Yeah, she basically said that it's an inn, but it's not really like a. It's not anything that you really spend money in. Like, the economy in this town is, there is not exactly an economy, so to speak. That's just trading and helping each other. Because it's more of a scholarly town. But yeah.
So that leads me to my other question, because I'm a little confused. How are we paying for this?
Oh, it's... Oh, you pay in...
The lady at the, I can't remember, where's my notes?
Candace?
Yeah, Candace. Said something about money not being used here. Look, I know I'm new. I mean, I'm new to your world, matter or less your town. Never been anywhere where money ain't, you know.
Well, let's just say you pay, and by...
They're not dissect me.
No, we're not barbaric.
Everybody looks at me like they want to dissect me around here.
No, they're probably looking at you like they want to study you, and that does not necessarily mean dissection. Hey, Faye. No, it's more of a exchange of...
Sign a contract to donate my body to science.
It's more of an exchange of knowledge and information. I'm assuming Candace has gotten or is going to getting some sort of information from you and your friends.
Oh yeah. She's gotten an earful.
Yeah, that's all we need. And they turn around and they kind of they kind of just wave their hand, and the rag that they were kind of cleaning with just cleans up, and they just kind of set it on the bar and go off into the back into what you guess is probably a kitchen.
Well, I think that worked. I'll fly over to the table.
Number 42.
Don't worry about it, buddy. I already went through a whole different set of plans, and we're all good.
Number 43. Realize that I skipped number 23. Review plan. What was that, Quentin?
We're all good, buddy. You and me got a room. The lady's got a room.
Oh.
And they're even gonna work out something so I can hang up in the ceiling and out of your way and sleep tonight.
He drearily starts wiping away his massive plan off the
But
table.
I want you to know your massive plan was incredible and great. They short-circuited your whole plan, and I don't know why they did. But sometimes that's what happens with plans, and that's the fun part. Is when the plan goes away and you gotta improvise.
Improvise. I see. No planning. I understand.
No plan until you improvise.
I don't understand.
Trust me, I'll let you know when it's important.
So I discarded my plan. I erased it. I don't remember what it was.
That's all good because we're good. Your plan worked perfectly. We've got rooms, and I've got ale coming for myself, and they're going to get you guys' drink orders in just a second.
Yeah.
And then this is where I yes and yes.
Yep.
He stands up at the table and gestures to everyone else in the tavern. And I got everyone else's rooms as well! You're all welcome to stay with me!
Everyone just kind of turns and looks, and then turns away.
Just sits down, kind of glum.
Lyra is like, nodding along, in very practiced, like, looks like she's interested, but closes her eyes, completely zoned out.
Gail got to about 6, and it's just like, oh god, what?
Gail, you were supposed to control this.
I did. See? He cleaning it up now. And he's going
42.
43.
Yeah. And now it is done. And maybe he wore himself out.
Oh, I like 44.
Oh, yes, that's true. And you don't even know about the secret plan written under the table.
I'll pop under the table and take a look just to see.
Is there anything under the table?
His right hand has gone under there, and it's wiggling and scribbling, and it literally, it's no words.
Just the scribble of what kind of medium are you using to write?
His finger.
I know. What does it look like? Chalk or pen or ink or?
Yes, it looks like chalky ink.
Fair. So yeah, you just got a bunch of scribbles coming from his finger of just nothing. It doesn't even look like thieves can't.
Can't possibly go wrong. Pep, I'll back up on top of the table's face palming.
Now you know my darkest secret.
You like to draw in crayon?
How did Gail learn?
That's why she's so scary.
Quentin, did you share the secret?
Nope, didn't have to. It's Gail. She's just scary.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Gail is starting to get the impression Lyra has not paid any attention.
Yes. Renee will tell you that. No, Lyra's zoned out.
Well practiced.
Yeah.
So we'll say after a little while, the halfling bartender comes wandering over and says, "Well, your food will be up soon. Something about drinks?
What do you have?
What do you want?"
Cup of ale.
Yes, we'll say she brings your coffee cup with ale.
I'll use my mage hand to go over, grab the coffee cup, and bring it to me.
and I believe your mage hand is actually invisible, isn't it?
Yep.
I thought that. So it just kind of drifts over. It just kind of like watches and smiles.
I'll continue. I'll use it to drink instead of my hand.
Where did you get your pet drink?
It's a fae thing. You couldn't possibly understand.
Fae? A fae thing to befriend bottles?
It's a coffee cup.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
It's an ale fae thing.
I wish to be fae.
I don't think it works like that.
Make it so!
Yep, my powers, buddy. Maybe later.
I'll hope to do it.
I will think on a way, and it may take years and decades, but I will see if I can figure out a way to make that happen. Don't worry asking me about it. I'll let you know when I get an answer.
I will definitely be asking. The Goliath kind of like glances over to Lyra, and he kind of stares at her awkwardly. How's she looking? What's going on there?
If you look super close, no thoughts.
He looks closer. He leans in.
Roll an insight. Roll an insight check. You can roll deception if you're trying to hide anything there, Lyra.
No, she's just zoning out and just doing the, like, yes. Just kind of.
And I would say with
Doing
a
the
20.
princess thing.
Yeah, I'd say with a 25. I didn't think she's zoning out, because that's a good roll. I will say, is there anything that your friend might possibly pick up in body language or facial tics or something, in just the way she's acting or speaking when she speaks?
She is definitely not listening to anything that's being said in the conversation. She does have like a little piece of part, like she found like a napkin or something, and she has been like ripping it to shreds underneath the table, like into little tiny pieces, like first strips.
So I think you
Doesn't
can.
like it's out of like anxiety or boredom or.
It's like anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah, she seems anxious, we'll say.
Just Lyra.
Is what you get.
I would recommend you chew on a dandelion. It'll cure that.
A dandelion.
Yes. Yes, it's the perfect cure for twitchy fingers.
My fingers are not twitchy.
They're twitchy.
Not.
Down there. They're going like this. I see it.
Well, you're lying.
I'm lying.
She brushes the bits of paper.
He just like sits back as if like ultimate truth just slapped them in the face.
Drinks? What did you want?
I would like what you don't have. The rarest thing that you could procure that isn't here.
So blood wine then.
You have blood wine?
Might have a couple bottles. Really hard to get here.
I want something else. I want the milk of a griffin.
Griffins don't milk, brother.
You haven't tried, have you?
The bartender just kind of tilts their head to the side. So, an ale?
Cider.
Alright.
Get him an apple juice. Put a little bit of cider in it.
Alright then, you ladies?
I'll have the whatever is the strongest thing you have.
So whiskey. Or blood wine. No blood wine.
Can't possibly bad way.
Alright, coming right up. And they turn around and go back towards the kitchen. I guess the bar. And shortly your drinks are delivered, and then shortly after that your food.
Gail is going to chug the alcohol before she has any of the food.
Fair. Okay.
Thirsty?
Yeah, long day.
I feel that.
I think it was the regular size of a day. Actually, I've noticed that most days tend to be the same length.
It's a figure of speech.
Oh, you're making figures of your speeches, I see.
It's like when you draw. How sometimes you can draw something and say it's a house, but it's not really a house. It doesn't look like a house.
That's not true. It's always what I draw.
Oh, I'm sure it is. But some people might not understand.
Well, they might not be intelligent.
Exactly. Some people don't get the figures of speech.
I see. And he sits back, looking like he was just slapped in the face with the ultimate truth again. Am I stupid?
Yeah. Just I think your brain's a bit jumbled, friend.
Oh, I'm so glad you know me so well. Well, are we going to talk about what happened?
I mean, What's there to talk about?
How do you feel about that big long conversation? Did it make you feel good?
Particularly not knowing that there is no simple solution to fix this problem.
Oh, but we could also just not worry about it.
Don't know if it's something we can just not worry about exactly.
Why?
So if you ignore a problem long enough, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it comes to swallow you alive.
Yes. And that's a bad thing?
Usually.
Could be fun.
Involves you dying.
Oh, we won't die. Don't you remember? We're special.
I don't think we're that kind of special.
Why?
That kind of special is not very common.
Yes, but remember, the ritual was supposed to possibly kill us, but it didn't. Because we're special.
Or because it's not completely finished yet.
Or something fucked it up.
Well, that person seemed very smart that told us, so I feel like they might be correct.
I believe we can die.
I don't know about that. We haven't done it yet.
I'd like to try it.
No.
Gail's just gonna order another drink at that line.
Easily enough, get another drink coming out to you.
Bartender?
Yes?
I like your deadliest poison.
He would like a slightly stronger apple juice.
They just bring out like a really strong ale.
She's going away. I slip away from the table and up to her ear and I whisper in it.
There.
Just bring us another apple juice and tell him it's the deadliest poison I've got.
There.
And I head back.
They just kind of nod, and short time later they come over with a nice full mug of, like, for some reason it looks kind of green, and they say, "This is the deadliest poison I could find."
He takes it and slams it back.
And just the bartender walks backwards and walks away, going, "Okay." But still glancing over at Clinton occasionally.
Nothing. I'm just doing the hands up. It's one of these days.
You'll kind of sit there.
Oh no, in a fascinated way.
You'll rub his tummy,
Mm-hmm.
and then stand up and take an ultimate bow. I can't be killed.
I don't think that means what you think it does.
Actually, this poison, not only did it not hurt me, it feels really good in there.
I mean, maybe it just makes you immune to poison?
And blades.
I haven't tried that one yet.
Poke him.
What are your sword?
Not enough to do damage, but just a dagger to draw a little blood. Say you bleed, you're gonna die.
That did sting. But it felt so right. Do it again!
Nope. Only one poke for the night.
You're afraid. You're afraid of my power.
Yes, we are absolutely frightened of your power.
Shake my boots.
You shouldn't be, because all three of you are just as powerful. It's been foretold.
I kind of miss when he didn't have memories.
Why?
Do you have memories?
Oh, yes, I remember everything.
Everything.
Everything. Except about I don't remember things of where I wasn't. I'm blanking on that a bit.
It's okay.
Wait. Wait. So the professor cast a spell on you, and you just remembered everything.
Absolutely everything.
Huh.
Himself. His memory was whatever spell was being used to hide his memory was broken by the professor's spell. Yeah.
A measly spell. It couldn't hold back my powerful brain.
That's why the professor had to fix you.
Oh, he just reminded me how to do it.
Have you fixed yourself before?
Face palm yet again.
I must have. I must have done it before. Yes, definitely.
All right then. So losing your memories is just kind of a pastime for you?
Have you ever forgotten something, Gale?
More recently, yes.
Have you remembered anything?
Probably at some point, yeah.
Wow, you might be just as big-brained as I am.
Okay, I think we have wildly different interpretations of what the word remember means, but all right.
Another poison, please!
Another green beer comes out to you.
Slams it back again.
Certainly not gonna fight us in the...
Buddy, I think it's time for you to go get a nap.
I feel great. I don't think I need to
This
sleep
is
ever
why
again.
it's the perfect time to get a nap. We need to see if a nap affects the poison's effect on you.
Are you telling me that a nap will make me weaker?
No, we're going to make sure that sleeping doesn't, and we do that while we're in this controlled environment.
There's no way that sleeping can make me weaker. It could only make me stronger.
I will go. Would you like to be stronger?
Yes, absolutely. He darts off.
Alright, so you dart up to the towards the rooms.
Yep.
What have I created?
You know, when I was younger, I always used to wonder what having like a younger sibling would be like. I think I know.
There are days I'm happy I don't have siblings. That I know of. I probably do have siblings because we're very generally very big families. I just don't know who my family is.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Now I just grew up on this. My earliest memories are growing up in the city.
You never known your family?
Nope.
How'd you get by then?
Well, I lived in the city on the streets. How do you think I got by?
I really don't know.
And with that, I will have my. I'm going to try to have my mage hand pick Gale's pocket.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check, because you can do that with your mage hand, I believe. Yeah. Roll a perception check, Gale.
Yeah, I believe you.
Although that actually meets Gale's passive perception. So we'll say you feel like a slight wrestling, Gale, to your left. We'll say your left side, as like the flap of your we'll say one of the pouches on your waist is kind of fluttering, like something's trying to open it.
So she can tell that something is like trying to open her pocket?
Yeah, basically. Basically.
Gale, who is not unfamiliar with pickpockets, is just gonna look straight at the Fae.
Sitting there, leaning back on the table with my hands behind my head, in plain view. You asked how I got around it. That's how.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
And my mage comes back and picks up my drink and gives me another drink. Did what I had to survive. I was pretty good at it, too.
This mental image of this essentially giant coffee cup that looks like a huge tanker to this ferry, and you're drinking from this mug.
In the mug just moving itself.
I need art of this. I need art of this badly. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, that's how I survived. I stole fruit, I stole food, I stole garbage. I ate garbage. Got in with a little gang. Got out with a little gang.
I mean, it's not stealing if it's food.
It is when they're trying to sell it.
You need it more than they do. It's yours.
It's
a
I
requirement
wish
for
you
life.
would tell that
It's
to
yours.
them. I wish you would tell that to them because they didn't like it so much.
Just have to not get caught.
Which you would think is pretty easy, but unfortunately,
Didn't work out.
shopkeepers were more observant than you are, Galen. I didn't think that was possible. Which of course is not true, because I know Gale is not overly observant.
She's not.
I am so talking Gale up because I am afraid.
Yeah.
Lyra still looks caught up on the idea of not growing up in a family.
Lyra, you get over there?
Sorry, just process that scene. I can't imagine having a family, or I guess food, or tasty sleep. Looks more and more disturbed.
Always a place to sleep. It's just not always the nicest. You'd be amazed at where you can and cannot sleep. But with that said, we do have another issue to discuss here.
Which is what exactly?
What the heck are we doing next?
Yeah, that's kind of the main issue.
Are we still looking for information? Are we going back to that tomb?
I mean,
We might be able to meet with Candace in the morning and see if gathered any more information.
Do we want to try the magic school as well?
Really don't know if they'd be able to help much more.
I don't think they could have more information here.
The experts in the situation here.
I'd like to find this legend books.
Like the books he owned?
Yes, his spell books, his memoirs, his studies.
I don't think wizards are going to just let that exist out there.
That's why I'm wondering if they kept it. If the school's got it, if they've got it here. I think that's one of the things we need to ask Candace tomorrow.
We need to learn how to get these off. Because, I don't know about you, but I don't really want to keep this thing on for the rest of my life.
Not a big fan.
It will do awful at parties.
You can just cover it up in a nice piece of jewelry.
Big piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
We do that. We can do makeup. I can cover it.
We'll have to do that every single day.
I mean, for the big parties. Other than that, we can get gloves or something.
I mean, there's ways around it.
We could be the band of the glove, and we can all go around wearing one like mid-arm length glove.
I feel like just draw attention to it, but I'm sure.
But I mean, that can be our adventuring group can be the band of the glove. And so the glove will be our calling sign, and that way we'll always have to have them on, and it'll always cover up the thing.
I don't know why we'd form an adventuring group. We're just trying to get this mark off our arms.
We could form just a band, though. We were talking about the band.
Yeah,
Play the guitar very well.
Do you think we're gonna need the idea of an adventuring group isn't bad? Because I get the feeling we're gonna need money.
We
It
have
does make money.
Yeah, but we're gonna need more money.
Isn't we got enough?
No, I think we're gonna need a lot more stuff. And a lot more knowledge and a lot more things that we're gonna end up having to pay for in order to get enough information to do what we have to do to get rid of these marks.
Pay for knowledge?
Yeah, they really don't give it away for free, or do they on this world?
No, I just go to the library. Here we didn't have to pay for knowledge, we just have to travel here.
I mean, you had to petition a king.
You're a princess. We are not.
Shout it out.
For the regular, I don't know. Gale? Oh, you're kind of out of time. In your time on this world for the regular people, did they just give away knowledge, or did you have to pay people to get knowledge?
Did Street Rat Gale ever have access to a library?
I mean, you're technically in, like, what was the military back then? The library was less established back then, but I feel like the Eos Ascenium still existed. It was just it was a lot smaller than it is now, at least from what Lyra Natalie knows, but you knew of a library. You may have been there once or twice, but you know, from what you remember, the one library you know of in Chillier, it wasn't that big yet.
Lyra, do they have sages here? You know what a sage is?
A knowledgeable person.
Where I come from, you have to pay a sage for information because they need the money to gather the information. It's kind of they give their time learning bunches of stuff so that you can pay them to tell you the things you want to know.
Or the royal family from every kingdom pays them to just be a study, a source of knowledge.
I don't realize knowledge is power here.
I mean, they do. They're paying a bunch of people to live in shiny castles and read books all day, I guess.
I have so much to learn about this world. Out of character note, this is the funnest part of being this character.
Out of character note, also not understanding literally anything about regular life is part about being this character.
So, back to what we were trying to discuss. We need to find more information, and that's going to involve more information, obviously. I think if we can figure out if this Lich, when he was a wizard, had a library, had books, had things, the things we could study that he studied might give us an idea about these marks and how to get them off. The other thing is we're probably going to need to make money so we can buy equipment, because it sounds like this guy is way tougher than we are. And I don't think your everyday sword's going to work with him.
Are we just find a way to stop him before he comes back? They close it up. The chain again.
If he's not back.
We just need to find a way to close it back up and figure out who all these cultists are.
We don't even know which chain was broken.
presumably the one in Stony Elm.
I mean, even more concerningly, it didn't seem like the mages here were aware something had broke.
When's it go? I'm with her.
When the smart mages who are getting paid for a living to monitor a situation don't know what situation is occurring, that's worrisome. Yeah, troubling word for it.
Problematic. An issue that needs to be looked into. I have quite a few ways of thinking about that one.
And I mean, if we're here, and one of the chains broke, it doesn't necessarily mean that the other chains weren't being targeted at the same time. Like, there's limited resources for these sorts of things, but if you have people who are monitoring a necromantic thing, you want to move fast.
If they didn't know this chain was broken, how did they know that the others weren't as well?
It seems like they don't.
Unless they have one of the locks here.
They might. I don't know. It seems like Candace has way more information on this situation than we do.
She's not been very forthcoming so far. I
think it was more of a lot of information at once. Not expecting this. Go back through her notes. You know everything all at once.
Well, I would think if one of my major jobs in the world was to stop an all-powerful necromancer from coming back to destroy the world, I would know. That's one of those things I would put in the front part of my brain keep.
Well, if there hasn't been an issue with it for hundreds of years, kind of back to the wayside.
Yeah, but she is hundreds of years old. Although that kind of goes against what I'm saying. I mean, I guess you could forget about things over hundreds of years.
Well, there hasn't been an issue in hundreds of years, so might as well just.
Yeah, by the way, Gail, that does not mean I don't want to ask you more questions, because what you said about you also has me confused.
In what way? It's simple-ish.
Where I come from, things that are dead that come back, unless they're resurrected and then they're all back, are undead, and they are usually bad.
Yeah, well, that's a simple one, because you see, it's the exact same thing here. So
you're undead, and all bad.
Or she's lying, and that's something she did.
Do you remember dying?
Last thing you remember is a flashlight.
It was white. That's what I remember.
And what was going on at the time?
There was forces. I think it was
kind of a giant battle. There were forces engaged, and then there was a flash of light, and next thing you know, you woke up in the plains next to Lyra.
Yeah.
Dug yourself out of the ground. That's dead.
Or taking a very long nap. I don't know exactly.
I will ask, in your world, do people normally nap for hundreds of years?
Not typically.
Gail.
See, typically, I mean, there could be like weird magic, or like I don't understand magic. Like maybe I just got sent forward in time.
Ground.
Yeah. The ground changed dramatically in a couple hundred years. So I just phased through the ground and had to get up myself. It's the world just spawns in weird sometimes.
You are just like the longest river in Africa. Denial.
Where?
What is the Nile?
That's anything you wouldn't understand.
Is it like Taylor Swift?
Yes.
What?
Africa is in the Feywild. Got it?
Brand new wild lore as I go. Sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, that was just I had to say it. Anyway. So we have a keyword that we won't say in public because she doesn't like us talking about her royal title as princess. We have
a under a different name.
very large, very confused, who just got all his memories back, and we don't know why they were taken away. The guy upstairs who thinks he's immortal. And then we have the possibly immortal who had a flash of light many hundreds of years ago and then just dug herself out of the ground afterwards, hundreds of years later.
Yep.
And we have me, who's just confused.
I love those.
Why us? What can we represent that would give this lich the ability to break one of the chains on this lich?
She did talk about it a little bit. Your which is your magical creature.
But you if it was the stonial chain that broke, you're not a royal Stonial. Would it make more sense?
It wasn't about my role in this world necessarily. It was have magical potential. Or on a magical day, I guess you could say. That's it. There's nothing else.
I assume this is not going to be easy.
Things with necromancers generally aren't.
No, they aren't. That's what those magics, even us. Our Mav does a lot of things, but that's even one of those that I don't think she gets near. She is the queen of air and darkness. You would think air, darkness, that's got to have some necromancy. Nope. I don't think so. It probably does. I'm probably wrong.
Maybe earth and darkness. Fire and darkness.
Although it does sound very winter lady-like. Now, there's a scary girl.
Winter lady?
Oh yeah. I guess I've never explained the courts to you guys, have I?
She's your queen, isn't she?
Well, there's
sort of.
The winter and the summer courts have three rulers. I use that tone very lightly. It's like a triumvirate. There's the mother, the queen, and the lady. So there's the winter mother, the winter lady, and then the winter queen. And then there's the summer mother, the summer lady, and the summer queen.
And they're all related?
That's up for debate. I'm not sure, and I will get back to you on that one after I talk to Care.
Feel free. I told you. It's all about collaborative starting. I don't know much about the Feywild, so go ahead.
So my understanding is they aren't necessarily. The lady is not necessarily Mav's daughter. It's more of a. It's like a mantle. So like Mav wasn't always the queen. Before Mav, there was another queen, and at that time, it's been a very long time ago. I worked thousands and thousands of years. But I think at that time, Mav was actually the Winter Lady. And when the Winter Queen died, Mab was moved up and became the Winter Queen. And then she had to pass her mantle of Winter Lady onto another Fae. The mothers have been around. They've been around forever. But the ladies tend to come and go. And if a queen ever goes, the lady usually is promoted to fill her spot. And nobody knows what happens if a mother goes. Or at least if they do, I'm sure the queens do, the ladies might, but nobody ever talks about it because the mothers are scary. Very, very, very scary.
I thought politics was needed enough.
Oh my god.
That's all, you know, we're off on tangents again. I think we get a night's rest, so we need to find out where... If one of the chains is here, that could mean this place is a target for the cult.
Potentially. I mean, if this woman really sealed this away, I think she's a target as well. Someone put me in a box for 600 years, I'd be pretty apt to go after them and take them out at some point.
We also need to find out if maybe the box is weakening and he's able to communicate.
Yeah, that's also an issue.
With this cult, and that's how they knew to do these things? There's so much.
We need to figure out why a cult would even want this guy out.
Why they want him out, how they know how to get him out, and why they picked us in particular. I'm not, and I get what you're saying, Lyra. I know what she said. We all you were born under the moon. I mean, Saloon does crazy things, but that I don't think. Okay, I kind of get it, but how many people were born under that moon? It's a world. There's got to be lots of them. Lots of them that aren't princesses and are a lot easier to get a hold of. Pulling me from the Fae, that. And the worst part is I don't remember it happening.
It seems like that would be a fair bit of magic too. What in the world did they even pick your friend for?
He has sort of been all over the place.
I get the feeling he has traveled the plains because he talks about places that I've heard of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe you just pick up a degree of magic when you travel.
There might be a planar aspect to this magic. That's why they wanted a Fae and a planar traveler like him. And you are from about the time. Did I understand that right, Gail? Do you remember when this lich was on the world here?
I think he predated my existence a bit. Is that right?
I think that's what I said, yeah. I think I said you might have maybe heard the name the Soul Reaper, maybe in stories.
Maybe it's because you were here when there were just two gods, and those were the two gods present during his time. That I don't know. We need to know more about how we were picked and what they did to us, and why they did it. This is why I'm saying I'd like to read his books.
Or the cult's books, or find a cultist too. That might be easier to find than his books, to be honest.
We don't even know what these cultists we don't know. We need to know more about this cult in general. We can't. I mean, you could be a member of the cult, and I wouldn't know. I could be a member of the cult, and you wouldn't know.
I don't remember anything about a cult.
I mean, are you actually wanting to help this guy come back?
He sounded like a proper prick, and also kidnapped you and me, and I guess these two. So no.
There we go. Part of the cult.
Although now that I think about it, I'm thinking it might be nice to bring him back so we put a permanent end to it.
I don't know if we have skills to go after a necromancer exactly at this moment.
That's part of we need money and experience. It's part of the adventuring side of this. We need to get stronger. We need to get more stuff.
An adventure does sound kind of fun. Like in the books.
Just so you know, Princess, the books in real life are not the same. Gail, I said it because I knew you wouldn't.
No, I mean,
you
have like two things. Like you are a royal, and you need to go and like track a certain individual down. Like chasing a necromancer is going to distract from that.
True. I mean, I wasn't necessarily wanting to go after the necromancer, but probably with the group and explain a little bit. Maybe finding the cultists or two. No, we need more answers, and I think our friend has more answers. Candace, not your friend.
No.
I really don't think he has answers.
He has things to say.
He certainly does.
You know this. It may be the silliest thing I'll say all night, but I get the feeling there's more to that book than the cover leads us to believe. That is a mystery in itself that I'd like to unravel.
It is just like a book.
Yeah, it's a book that's got like six different locks in different places around the cover, but sure.
Well, I say we head up to bed, get ourselves a night's rest, and we go see Candace first thing in the morning, whether she's ready for us or not.
Seems fair.
Lyra? Lyra? Did she fall asleep on us again?
You not hear me?
Nope, I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
Okay. I was worried my mic went out again.
So does that plan work for you?
Yep.
With that, I will chug the rest of my coffee cup of ale.
And I'd say you're for your size, you got a nice buzz going on from that amount of ale.
I'm going to wobbly fly.
And it's hilarious to watch it.
And then have Petey slide up underneath me and carry me up to bed.
It's hilarious as Petey's trying to like dodge and weave and get underneath to carry Quentin.
No.
So you guys all go up to bed?
Yeah.
Alright. So you all go up to bed, settle in. Quentin, your little hammock you find is built. It's like it's actually like the string's like a hammock material, but it's sized just for you. Maybe gnomish, maybe almost gnomish, but a little smaller than gnomish.
Big enough for me and Petey.
Yep, basically.
And we will curl up with each other and go to sleep.
Alright.
Yeah. She'll feel a little stressed, so before she goes to bed, she'll
fair. You can easily do that and lessen some stress for yourself, and you guys easily get get a night's rest in. You get a long rest. And you wake up first thing in the morning and come on down for breakfast. A really hearty looking breakfast, like bacon, eggs, biscuits, etc. What would you guys like to do?
Have breakfast for one.
Easily done. You guys are heading back to Candace then?
Anybody got anything we want to check the shops before we go to Candace, or go to Candace first?
So Magic Town, are they going to have anything?
That's what I'm kind of curious.
Yes, we can see if there's any that are open while we walk there.
Is the innkeep still around? Is it a different innkeep this morning, or is it the same halfling?
Same halfling. They're just kind of straightening out things on the shelf.
I'll fly over and say, excuse me. Sorry to be a bother.
No bother.
Again, with the economy question, do you have shops then, or do you not have shops? And if you have shops, how do shops work?
I mean, there are a couple of shops. There's an apothecary. There's a enchanter. It's more. There's some gold spent here. On some of the more imported items, but it's more people that, how do I say this? It's a way to do our part for Greater Cavia by sending income out of the town. There are a couple.
I wanted to get adventuring type gear and magic stuff. Where would I go?
You can try the Silver Horse, the enchanter.
And where is that in relation on our way back to see Candace?
It is. It gives you directions. And it sounds like it's kind of like the opposite direction in relation in the small town.
So thank you. And I'll zoom back over. Lay out. Well, there's a place called the Silver something or other. I know how to get there. I know. Terrible with names. It's horse or Pegasus or something. I don't remember. But that's over this way, and then Candace is over this way. So it's the opposite way. So I don't know if we want to go there now or go see Candace first.
I mean, it's a small town. It's like 10 miles, 10 minutes walk max.
Maybe go into Candace first, and we can maybe know what we might need.
That's probably a good idea.
That sounds like a plan. See, your friend. See, that's called a plan right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a fun plan. Okay. Yes. Let's continue.
Are you feeling okay this morning, buddy?
Oh, I feel heavy with boredom. Can we go do something fun?
Maybe later.
Did the poison get to you last night?
I think it was
having an effect.
I think it's the withdrawal of lack of poison now.
Oh.
I think the poison actually had an effect that slowed you down.
No, it's definitely not that. I felt good with the poison. Now I feel bad without the poison.
Yeah. That's how it all works, buddy.
I hear that's how some of the worst poison behave. They don't kill you.
Get you addicted to it.
I'll have to stir that around in my mind, but I don't believe that.
Off to see Candace.
Yes, Lyra, how many poisons have you drank in your life?
No, hopefully none. Actually, no. I If you count alcohol as poison, I've had that a couple times.
It's the weakest kind of poison.
Yeah, it kills you slowly.
That's because you've never had dwarven spirits.
Well, I've had the strongest kind of poison. I don't even believe I would even taste dwarven spirits after that.
Are you still on this invincibility thing from last night?
Why wouldn't I be? It's a fact.
Candace, I think we have. You know what? After we talk to Candace and we get all of everybody else's questions, I think you should ask Candace about that last.
Okay.
We'll save that for the big finish.
Okay. But yes. Let's go talk. You guys have your talky, and we'll see what fun comes of it.
I'm sure Candace might be able to tell a joke or two, or Candace's friend.
He did not seem very funny.
You did not.
Maybe he'll have a good cake recipe.
Yes, that is true. Boring people can be interesting in the strangest ways. I could see that.
Candace did seem to have kind of a sweet tooth.
Yes.
It's all that in her aura. It's a thing that us Fae can see. Total lot. Just if you want to check me on that, I will roll deception.
He doesn't really think too much about it.
Totally made that up, but I figured it was worth a try.
Sure. So are you guys going to the magic shop first, or are you going to see Candace?
Candace.
Alright. So you easily exit the inn, and it's into a Kivia, so it's probably a kind of cloudy day. But it's fairly quiet as usual because there's not that many people in this town. But easily make your way back over to the building where you found Candace before. Door appears to be unlocked. You just go in.
Yeah. Walk right in like I own the place.
There. So you walk in.
And open the door for me, so it looks like the door's open before us on their own.
Sure. As you open the door and you walk in, you do see Elias sitting there in a chair. It looks like a table with paper strewn over it, researching something.
The immortals have returned.
We have.
Immortals, are you?
Yes.
Yes, your friend think so.
It's a fact.
We gave him the strongest poison last night.
Barely felt it.
Alright. Actually, that reminds me. I was going to come find you later. I wasn't aware you were going to stop in so quickly, but this works. I was doing a little research into that mark of yours, and I think I haven't figured it all out, but something was bugging me about it. If you have a moment to chat. Candace will probably be a little bit.
Instead of chatting, could you maybe do like a sock puppet play telling us this information?
Chatting will be fine.
Oh, God.
I mean, any kind of minor illusions, image of the mark, and then makes it disappear. He says, well, you see, it was bugging me about this mark, because I believe it's on your dominant wrist, correct? Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
I forgot to tell you guys that.
Wrist or equil.
So I think I did, anyway. But it's just something about the magic of it. It reminds me of, he shows his own Totemic Mark, only it's the Ouroboros. And says it's remarkably similar magic, and although different, maybe tainted, maybe slightly weaker, but different. Yeah, I was looking more into it because it's something I've been studying for years, because it's a fascinating ritual, fascinating process that every caveman undergoes that will birth. Yeah. Sorry. But anyway, if I could, I wonder if maybe I could take a closer look at one of them.
Have mine.
Your friend.
You offer your wrist.
Nope. He just stands there.
He kind of wheels over and holds out a hand
Buddy.
into anyone's.
He doesn't resist.
It's the closest you're gonna get to a sock puppet show.
So he kind of like gently takes your wrist hand and turns it over so you can inspect it, and kind of waves his hand and mutters a couple words occasionally. Kind of his eyebrows kind of knit together, and he says, "Curious. It does bear an eerily similar appearance in like a magic sense to the Totemic Mark, for sure. But from what I can gather, it seems like it was placed in a similar way, which is disturbing. I think I could say it does make me think I can say with relative certainty, at least at the moment, that I don't think it can be removed safely.
Oh yes, we were told that earlier.
But here's the important bit. I don't think it can be removed. It may be able to, but likely not without great risk to your lives.
Oh, that's fine. I want to keep mine.
That's good, so... Alright,
Wonderful.
But I also wonder if it is as similar to the Totemic Mark as I think it is. I wonder if... Have any of you been able to communicate with each other over great distance?
Yes, by raising my voice.
I mean, by talking normally when you can't see the person, but you hear it in your head.
All the spell.
Yeah, but without a spell. Well, a typical spell.
I'm
certainly try it.
Yeah, do me a favor. One of you, maybe step outside and just say the name of one of your companions in any sort of short 25-word message. I'm curious.
Oh, this is so evil of me. Hold on. I zip outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I cast a message. Hey, Gail, can you hear me?
Yes. Is that you?
Do you? So...
Yep, it's me. You can respond to this message.
I was just say though, when you do that, do you just say Gail's name first, or do you just start talking?
I pull out my little copper wire and I'm casting message like I always do.
Okay. I think Elias just says, Did you hear anything? Looking at all of you.
Yeah,
I heard you. Yes.
I heard Quentin's voice.
Oh, you did? I heard him earlier when he was in the room.
Quentin, you can come back in.
Okay, I'll cast message again. Is he done with me? Can I come back in now, Gail?
Yeah, he said to come back.
Okay. Back in.
I'm gonna say... As you come back in, because I'm assuming you're trying to hide a grin.
Oh yeah.
Roll a deception check.
Gonna fail this bad. Although I do have proficiency. Come on, dice.
So you come in and you're just grinning. You're grinning ear to ear, and he frowns and says, and kind of takes out his own copper wire and says, "You did this, didn't you?" To you, Quentin.
What you told me to do.
That's not what I said. I said say one of your companions' names and send a short message. I didn't say any materials. I just said say a name.
That's how I send messages.
If it's an experiment and it's important to the research process, just try and do it without using the wire. Go where they can't actually hear you at a normal speaking voice, and just say their name and say your message.
Yeah, you do it.
I don't know how to send a message.
It's an experiment.
Evidently, it's not the right way.
If it doesn't work, then I was wrong about this. But I just have a hunch.
I'll go try it real quick. I'm vaguely familiar with masking, so step outside the door. Gale, be right back.
Okay.
She will say Gale's name. Go. Hello? Can you hear me?
Gale, you hear her voice in your head.
Oh.
And you can respond. Or you get the feeling you can respond.
Lyra?
Whoa!
Yeah, Gale, I just heard something in my head. Lyra's in trouble.
Well, I'm talking to her right now, and she didn't say anything.
It's the wrong one.
So you heard something.
I heard her voice.
Lyra, you can come back in. Actually, yeah. And he just kind of like, actually, hold on a moment. He kind of yells, and he just kind of raises his own wrist to his mark, and kind of, I'd say your friend would probably hear the easiest. You hear him mutter Lyra's name and mutter something, and you don't actually hear anything, Gale or Lyra. And then he yells out so you can hear, and says, "Did you hear that?"
No? Did you say something?
Come back in. I think we have our answer. Okay, so as you walk back in, he's like got a quill and piece of parchment and is kind of scribbling something down and says, "So, I'm not sure how familiar any of you are with the Totemic Mark."
Candace explained quite a lot the other day.
Fair. So it's something that all Cavians are imprinted with, we'll say, at birth. It's a complicated process and complicated reasons, but basically what this mark allows us to do is, among people of our own kingdom, we are able to communicate over vast distances as if just with a thought. It's short 25-word messages, but we can communicate with each other. We can't do it with anyone else like the typical spell work, but we can communicate with each other. And it seems, from what I can gather from our little experiment here, that I believe the four of you who have this mark can do something similar. Now, given the...
Hold on, wait a sec. So you're telling me that through our marks we can talk to each other over a distance, and from what I understand, you guys, it's much further than our usual message spell.
As the message spell, yes. That's only about 100 feet.
Can whoever put these on use these to listen to us?
That I do not know. As far if it works the way our totemic marks are, it's not so much as listening in, it's more sending an intentional message. You have to say the person's name into the mark and then say your message. But ours is unlimited. However, the magic that created or branded, I guess, yours is very similar, albeit slightly, I guess, twisted, maybe a little weaker, because it's definitely nowhere near as powerful. Powerful, but not as powerful. I suspect it's not the unlimited range of our totemic mark. It's some shorter range, but I suspect greater than the message spell.
I guess that is a little useful. Still not ideal.
It's interesting. It definitely gives more insight into these marks.
Still no clue as to how to get them off?
Not yet. It's the next thing I'll be diving into the books about. Because I don't know how much Candace told you, but basically if our marks are removed forcibly, it can actually kill us rather quickly if things aren't rectified in a special ceremony, and leather bands are involved, and it's complicated.
Define rather quickly.
Within, at least for us, within days. It's just our life force drains away. Something about the magic in these lands, this particular kingdom's lands. It's complicated.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for your research so far. At least now we are aware that we can talk to each other.
We'll be with each other forever.
And mechanically speaking, just so you guys as players know, you I actually added as a feat to your guys' sheet. It's basically the idea of the totemic mark, only it's a 200 feet. Well, basically, I'm sure you guys will end up experimenting it with it. It's about a 200-foot range that you can communicate with other people with the mark, but only with the mark. But yeah, and I'll say it's about this time that you hear, it sounds like Candace's voice coming down the hallway. And she walks around the corner as Elias is kind of getting back to shuffling some papers around, opening some books, and scribbling a few things down. And Candace walks around the corner and says, oh, you're here early. Is there something else I can help you with?
Is there a time we were meant to be back?
I figured you might need more time to process or want to talk or whatnot. Foot cramp!
Oh no.
Sorry. But is there something else I can help you with? Any questions, I'm assuming?
Lots.
Well, follow me to my office. Sorry, I got a foot cramp and it hurts.
Right.
So break? No, it's okay. I'm just massaging it. So you guys can easily, you guys follow her to her office, I assume?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so you follow her back to her kind of simple yet also kind of elaborate office and take seats in front of the desk as she sits down and says, so, what questions can I at least attempt to answer for you?
Quentin, you seem to have the last night.
What was that?
After me? Alright.
Alright.
Sorry, my memory's a bit cloudy from last afternoon, but you said you were one of the people responsible for sealing away this necromancer?
Yes. I was one of the ones responsible for carrying out the ritual that sealed, or I guess it's essentially created the chains that sealed him away, and sealed chains away, for that matter.
And did you ever directly...
Or at least the one in Gavia.
Did you ever directly interact with this individual, or the follow-up they had back in the day?
I would say maybe not directly like conversation like we're having now, but I knew that he was powerful, that he wanted to be immortal like any lich. I believe, from what I remember, his following was all about wanting to, that chaos and harmony didn't deserve their power, wanted to take them down or something.
So Lyra's professor friend was a bit wrong, and it's not a follower of either god then.
Which professor friend is this?
Professor at Hawthorne.
She just kind of chuckles and shakes her head. Let me guess, he thought that Fixir was a follower of chaos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of course he would.
He's got about everybody who does stuff he doesn't like.
Of course he would, given who he is. Anyway.
Sounds about right.
just looks between Lyra and the academic was like, what?
Given who he is, it's not surprising he would think that.
As I said, he's very passionate about harmony.
Passionate is a word. Yeah, passionate is a word. Familial is another.
Definitely a word.
Familial is another word. But anyway.
And like timeline-wise,
be a better word.
Yeah, true. Timeline-wise, when exactly did this necromancer get sealed?
Oh, it would have been after the Battle of Drydell. I would say a couple hundred years ago, if the battle was, my memory's foggy, 350 years ago. So probably 200 years ago, I want to say.
You get sealed after the battle or before?
Got sealed after?
After, yes.
Okay, so Gale's never heard of this guy then.
Like I said, you might have heard stories. Well, actually, I guess you wouldn't have. Never mind, my bad. Sorry. Continue. My own timeline is hard. Anyway. Yeah, I guess you haven't. Yeah, timey-wimey. No, I guess you haven't heard of him. My bad.
It's alright.
All good. So, which you said there's four chains, right?
There were 7 total.
Okay,
I assume, now that we are fairly certain this Stoniel one has broken, which would explain that flash in the sky a few weeks ago, but anyway.
Flash in the sky.
The what?
What's wrong?
Well, we knew something was wrong. It wasn't like a pinpoint to a location. It was just a flash of light in the sky. We didn't know what it was. We've been researching it for weeks.
Like a white flash?
And we're sure
Blue.
that was the Stoniel chain.
I'm assuming so, given the information you guys have imparted. I'm assuming it's the Stoniel chain, if that's where you discovered yourselves. this mark.
Timeline at least matches up.
Yeah.
Let's hope they didn't all do it at the same time.
Well, I feel if it was all at the same time, things would...
More than one was broken?
I don't think so, because I feel that if more than one was broken at once, it would have been a greater flash, and we'd all feel it by now. We'd all know it by now. If he was back.
This may have been the first of several to come.
Yes.
So is one of those chains here?
In Cavia, yes. Aquarium? No.
Here.
Aquarium? No. That would, not be smart in a town such as this. It's a little magically supercharged, you could say. I do know where the Cavian one is. That is the one I helped seal.
And
I imagine privileged information.
In a sense, it depends on...
So where is the Cavian one then?
I mean, is there a reason you want to know?
If they broke one, that means they're after others. So I'd like to know where the ones are, so maybe we can move ahead of them instead of seeing another flash and going, oh hey, there went the Cavian chain.
She just kind of looks you over and says, that's true. Well, if that's something you want to pursue to protect the other chains, to check on them or something, I'm sure when the time comes I could reveal the information, yes. And tell us.
Have you at least, I am assuming at this point in time, with what we told you yesterday, last night you sent word to wherever the Cavian one is and said, hey guys, watch out, the Stoniel's been broken, and there's a group of cultists that we don't know about that are after the chains?
I have sent word to the royal family, and because they, of course, King Nathaniel, of course, knows of the chains, and as it's within his kingdom. And a couple of contacts of mine that help seal this chain so that they can check on it. Also keep and start researching themselves to see if what's going on.
So basically what you're telling me is like the Stoniel chain, nobody's guarding this then.
It's guarded, or at least in a sense. I believe the Stoniel one was forgotten about. Stoniel's always been iffy that way. I mean, the state of the Atemnity War, for harmony's sake.
So that is yours being guarded.
Yes, from a distance, because again, having someone there would alert, given where it is, would alert anyone that there's something there. So it is being watched. And will be more closely now.
Next question I had. Fenrix? Where are his studies and his books and the things like that?
Long since destroyed. As far anything we know of or discovered was destroyed years ago. And I hate destroying knowledge, but it was something that was for the best.
Well, somebody knows something because we have a whole cult out here. Of some kind. If the cult is one person or 20 people, I don't know. And they're powerful enough to pull me out of the Fae without me knowing how or why.
Are you sure that you were in the Feywild when you were taken? Because I know that the Feywild is very closely and intricately linked with Everagile, and there are portals all over the place, and it's a force like any other in the Feywilds, from what I understand.
Pretty sure I was in the Feywild. I'm a little foggy in that time frame.
So you may not have been.
You could have threw a portal by accident. I've heard they're all over Everagile.
Yes, they are.
And still, how did they get me?
How
did they get me? I stumbled through a portal. I mean, I just stumbled in front of the 5 guys who happen to be part of this cult.
Potentially. Stranger things have happened.
Maybe they've got like a magical people within a certain distance situation going on.
Personally, not a believer in consequences. I'm not a believer in consequences either. Coincidence. I'm not a big fan of. Or consequence. But for now we'll go with coincidence because that's more important than this one.
No coincidence, fate instead?
There is no such thing as fate.
So then what do you believe?
We make our own fates. There's no whiny, tiny power that has control over my destiny. It's all a bunch of nonsense. I got that quote completely wrong. You know who I was going for, I hope. It's all a bunch of tricks and nonsense. That said, we need to know more, and if we don't have, if you're 100% that his books were destroyed, the question then is how did these cult people know about him? Could it be that your cage is weakened over the centuries, and he's now able to reach out of it?
That's something we're still researching. It's possible, but if it's only one chain, as we suspect, I suspect not yet, but who knows?
Well, what I'm saying though is they would have had to know enough before the chain was broken to break the chain.
From what I understand, that cult's been around for a while, so things could have been
getting information down the generations until they were ready.
Basically, yes.
And why exactly would someone follow this man? I mean, it's a necromancer.
Who knows? Necromancers, which are notorious for convincing people.
They had the same beliefs that they didn't think harmony, chaos, and I guess now equity have this power they do. We get them on their side.
Maybe we should talk to the cultists and ask them ourselves.
That's actually not a terrible idea.
We're not joining the cult.
No, but we could talk to them if we can find some.
Yes, let's talk to them.
I suspect they're rather dangerous, but if that's an avenue you want to pursue.
Danger is our last names.
She fully glances at Lyra and then looks away. Like blatantly, and then I highly doubt that, my friend, but sure.
You're a friend, not my friend.
Sure.
No, I am a friend.
See? So many questions, and now my mind is going in so many directions. We can't remove these things because it'll kill us.
Well, is that what
research and see if there might be a way?
Is that what Elias was talking to you about? I know he was looking into them.
And we can also talk to each other. Teach each other, though.
Interesting.
And we don't know if they can listen in on us.
Well, you must think it's like the Totemic Mark. If it is like the Totemic Mark, it's highly, highly unlikely anyone can listen in. It's a directed communication.
Certainly hope no one's listening. Invasion advice.
Very much so.
Yeah, necromancers are known for upholding people's privacy rights.
I would certainly hope so.
And cults as well.
So are the Fae, I hear. So are the Fae, I hear. She just kind of.
Oh yeah, we're great at letting everybody have privacy.
She just kind of.
Our whole existence is stealing secrets. Did I say that out loud? Sorry.
Yes. Well, what's your plan? What are you going to do next? Is there anything I can assist with? I don't have much time. I have a shipment I have to get ready.
I do know, is there anything you can do to help slow along this research process?
Unfortunately, research just takes time. If you're feeling antsy and need something to do, I might have a job for you. It's rather important.
What is
It's
it?
unrelated to the cult, of course, but important nonetheless.
What is it?
We have a shipment of Vaterspar that needs to go to Doncaster. It needs to and the problem is, portaling around here is not so safe. It needs to travel by foot and to the capital into King Nathaniel's hands. Just needs to be guarded. It's something that I'm gonna say. Lyra can roll a history check now that you've heard the name Vaterspar.
Hey, no.
You're not sure what it is. And I don't think you've heard the name. She just basically continues. Vaterspar is basically what this town is made of. That green glass material. And she actually kind of goes over to, I'll say it's like a something on her, like a chunk, like a what you thought was like just a crystal or rock paperweight or something sitting on her desk. It's like a green glass, and picks it up and said, actually, does she have a mage hand? Hold on. You just see it her mage hand kind of scoop it up and hold it. She said, this is Vaterspar. It's a mineral. And when forged and when it's forged and smelted and forged, it becomes not only harder than glass, but you can channel magic through it with ease. It's why this town is so dangerous to those without magic. Because it's magically supercharged. And basically, we just have a small shipment going to the capital for their own needs. But the problem is, it cannot travel by portal, because not only can you not portal here, making Vaterspar go through a portal will cause catastrophic potential effects to the world. Like
that was tried to go very well.
Not so much. We lost a few good people. We learn from our mistakes.
Well, we do have a cart.
That's good. I was just gonna say we can supply with the cart, but that works too. It's a small crate, 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot. Does need to be guarded though, because there will very likely be people that will be out to steal it. We have people often try and sneak into the city to their own detriment if they do not have magic. But try to steal Vaterspar. But if you're up for it, if you need something to do while we get on this research, that's something.
Is there a circus around here?
No.
A festival.
Not now.
Mage battles.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. So what do you say? The trip from here to Doncaster would be about a day or so, a little over 2 weeks. Day and a bit. 60 miles.
But when we come back, you may have more information.
Hopefully. In that time. And the time to get back.
I mean, that's not super assuring, but we don't have anything else to do exactly. It's going to take that long to research.
Research takes time.
And Doncaster is a very big city. I'm sure we could also find shops there too. I know you were interested in shops.
Quentin.
Yeah. Just nothing personal. I just feel like this is busy work, and I really don't like busy work when I've got things on my mind.
Oh, thank God.
Very fair, very fair. It is a bit of busy work, but it is also something necessary to do. We just need someone to guard. We do have people that can guard it if you do not want to.
Excellent. I'm sure they're very capable.
They do seem like you don't have much to do at the moment, and like I said, research takes time. We may have to pull in resources from the Aethenium. I'm not sure how much knowledge they'll have, but the Order there might have information.
What's in it for us?
This delivery,
What's it pay?
Isn't really gonna pay anything. It's more of a mission of what's the word? Scholarly importance? I mean, we can supply you with some supplies for your journey.
Wait, so you guys get paid a living wage to sit here in a fancy glass castle, and then you don't even pay and or tip your delivery drivers?
Normally, the people that deliver this live here.
We need to bring in some full, comprehensive worker reform rights to this country. I'm getting some concerning vibes about the nature of work in this nation.
I assume the workers that they get there or live here and already are part of that.
Precisely.
We would contract workers, and we don't get any of that, so...
We can supply you with healing potions and probably most supplies you might need.
That is called giving you the gear to do the job.
Give us a dragon. Or a griffin.
Griffins aren't such a...
doesn't exist.
They exist. They just don't. They're not so big here due to the fact that.
It's a long story.
Just in general, a griffin.
I'm not. Okay. Anyway, dragons are a big thing here. And griffins won't survive.
Yes, I'll take a dragon. Except a massive one. The biggest one you've got.
No. Anyway, I'm sure we can maybe rustle up some sort of coin if that's what you're after, but it's just not something we normally deal in. I'm sorry.
Let us go. Let us talk about it some. We gotta go down to the silver pony. Pegasus, there's silver something on the other side.
Silver horse?
Yeah, that's probably it.
I wanted to look at it. Look around.
And we'll talk about it. We'll get back to you.
That's fair.
Fair
That's
enough.
fair.
Kind of a
fair.
surprise. We were expecting answers, not a unpaying job. And I don't mean to sound rude or anything. I'm just saying it's kind of you've given us a surprise here. We need a minute to talk amongst ourselves, and it sounds like
totally
a good time
fine.
for us to go do that. While we do that.
While you do that, I'll get back to my research to see if we can find some answers.
Fair enough.
And she kind of like nods and.
Actually, could I talk free? I'll meet you guys outside.
Sure.
We'll wait patiently.
How are you trying? How are you trying to stealth? And I'm assuming hide in the room.
Going to try. I'm gonna on my way out. I'm gonna follow Gale. So Gale can't see me do this, and then I'm gonna look for a place where I can quickly fade into the shadows somewhere, either high, low. Some are small, some are very light in size.
See, it's a very well lit hallway.
In the office itself.
They're small. There's probably like a coat rack.
Or a
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna let Lyra, you can roll a perception check, because you are literally watching to see if anyone says
know
that.
Renee by now, okay?
As far as you can tell, they all left. Did Gale leave?
Reluctantly.
Fair.
Although I would assume that the Candace would get a check too.
Oh yeah, that's fair, that's true. Give me a second, I gotta open her sheet again.
Start off, she may even get an advantage. That's your call. I wouldn't argue with you said
She doesn't think that you're gonna sit around and wait and watch. She didn't see a thing. She rolled a 6. Okay, so as your friend and Gale very reluctantly leave, the floor is yours, Lyra/Natalie.
Yesterday, you said you could potentially help me with some of my buddies. I'm looking into.
Yes.
Like we were able to discern. I'm looking for somebody. I believe he was Elvish. All I have is a name. I don't know. Aravis?
Let me look. As I flip through my notes, as she goes to a book of some sort and flips to a book, I'm gonna say, Quentin, since you're listening to this, you can roll a history check.
Oh my god.
You want me to? I'm assuming it's going to be a history of the world check, so disadvantage.
No, just just a history check.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
No, the name sounds Elvish.
Okay.
Maybe Eladrin, you're not sure. So she flips through her notes and kind of is looking. It looks like a tome of some sort of. You can easily see the spine. She's not trying to hide it at all. It looks like some sort of like elvish genealogy book of some sort, maybe, for lack of better words, because words. And she's kind of flicking through it and says, Aravis. From what I recall, what I remember, it's been years, and what I can find in here, I believe that's an Eladrin name. It's likely from the Feywild. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she kind of like runs a finger across the book. I believe he's an ability of some sort. Possibly, and she kind of looks like she's like tracing like essentially a family tree. It says, if I'm not mistaken, where's my words? Sorry. Did I write this down? Yes. I believe he's some descendant of Queen Titiana, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. Thank you very much. That's more than I had already.
That's all I know. It's the surname that goes with that name, because the name is kind of well known in the Fey courts, from what I understand. Ferandel, Ferondael. I cannot pronounce that properly. I don't care.
Ferndal.
Sure.
Ferndal.
Sure.
But yeah.
Anyway.
You can post it in my chat.
Yeah, I'll type it out later. It's a fairly well-known noble name in Eladrin circles. What is this? Where did this name come from?
My mother.
Charlotte. How is she?
She's doing well. I saw a couple months ago.
That's good. Do be careful. Can't go losing, can't go losing members of royalty in any kingdom.
Yes.
I'll have jobs to do.
Yes, of course. Very careful. And please don't let this get out at all.
No, of course not. I was young once too, years ago. I did my own share of adventuring.
Yes, of course. But also this whole research into person.
That's fair.
Avaris, don't really want that getting out.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, good luck on your search, your journey.
Thank you.
Whatever you're doing.
And good luck on your research as well. It really helped a lot.
I hope we can help some more.
I would hope so too. Thank you.
Just kind of gives a little bow and says,
she curtsies too.
and just says, and hit the books. Enjoy your time in Aquarian.
Rushes out.
While that was happening.
Okay.
And does Quentin follow?
No.
You staying in the office?
For a second until she's clear. But go
Okay.
ahead and go on to the law.
Okay.
We'll come back quick.
That's fair. Okay, what has your friend been up to?
So standing outside with Gale.
Mm-hmm.
Gale, we aren't going to walk for weeks again, are we?
Not if they're not paying us, we are. No.
So we're on the same page. And even if they're paying us, we won't. Okay, perfect. Now.
I mean, we have to find something to do for 2 weeks, but there might
I
be better
know
things
something we can do.
All right.
He puts his lips to the mark on his wrist. and he just says, "Cultists, I wish to join."
Oh God.
You don't hear anything.
I think you might need a little more like specific names, but we could just start guessing random names. Like find like the 100 most common baby names of the last 50 years and just...
He just starts guessing names through a random list. That's what he does the whole time they're waiting.
Yeah, you don't get any response.
Okay.
No luck?
So you come out, Lyra, to your friend just reciting names as he's holding them.
I wish to join. Catherine, I wish to join. Steve, I wish to join. Carl, I wish to join.
Did you break him?
He's trying to contact the cultists.
That was a bad idea.
I mean, it's keeping him distracted, so...
Right, that's fair.
I wish to join. That just goes on.
Alright, Quentin, how long do you wait? How long do you wait after Lyra leaves before you leave? Or do you want to do something else?
I wait a little bit for the doors to close. I wait for her to get comfortable in her chair and start to study or do whatever she's going to do.
It doesn't take long.
Then I fly down and I plop down in the middle of her desk.
Oh, hello. And then she puts two and two together and goes, I trust you can keep that conversation secret in this room? It's important.
Right. But what's more important is be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Titania is the Summer Queen.
I know.
And if he is of the Summer Court, and Lyra is looking into him, that scares me. It's not as bad as if it was Winter Court.
I'm sure you...
But I would like it if you would not give her much more information on that. It would be detrimental to her health.
If what she's looking into, if what she's looking into is what I think it is, who she's looking for is who I think it is, would you not want someone to find that person?
Not if it involves the courts.
I'm sure even you would know that those with relations to the courts
are trapped by the courts.
Not necessarily.
And are pawns of the courts.
Not necessarily.
And there are rules that bind those of the courts.
Not necessarily.
I do not wish that for Lyra.
We'll see.
I just ask that you be careful with my friend.
Of course.
Wait.
She's a family that...
When he says my friend, does that trigger the Goliath?
No, because it's not...
Oh, yeah.
That is not actually your
not
name. That is not actually your name, and I believe you told them your name now, so...
So actually, because one of the last things that Dareth said was Quentin, I wish to join. So does Quentin hear that? Or is it because it's not his real name, he doesn't hear it?
I would say he doesn't hear it because it's not his real name.
Okay.
True names are a thing.
I I intend to say nothing. I would just ask you to be careful with the information you would give her on such. Maybe get my guidance or another of the Fae's guidance before giving out such information. I give a deep bow.
Fascinating creature you are.
And I
We should
retreat
talk
to the
more.
door.
When she goes back to her notes.
In the hallway, Gail is giving a impassioned speech on workers' rights and why you should never do any work for free because it screws up the economy and does all sorts of exploitation.
And
I was learning her first bit of Marxist political theory.
Varys is basically just taking everything that she says and turns it into a chant.
Oh God.
Squeeze. I will open the door just big enough to squeeze my little frame through it.
Mm-hmm.
We will be paid! We will not be used!
We'll sneak up behind Lyra's calf and flop up onto her shoulder and say, Gail? There are different things that sometimes are payment and sometimes aren't. Remember, money. There's more commodities than just money. That said,
Capitalism!
I have an idea on how we can get paid.
You do?
I'm aware, but what's your idea for payment?
Let's go to the Silver Horse.
The Goliath is waving viciously at Clinton.
Yes. Your friend?
Did you hear me? Earlier.
Yeah, I was sitting right over here.
No. I mean earlier when you were like gone, and I was trying to.
I've been here the whole time.
I couldn't see you.
I like to practice my hiding.
Oh, I thought you ran away.
No. Been here the whole time.
So may I?
I'm a little upset because I just hopped on Lyra's shoulder and she didn't freak out at all, though. Think I'm getting too predictable.
She did jump a little bit, but
Think I'm getting too predictable. I used to be better at scaring Lyra. With that, though, let's go ahead and head off to the Silver Horse. We'll do a determined fly out down the hallway and towards the doors.
Alright, so you guys head out into the streets towards the Silver Horse.
Yep.
Alright, so it's fairly quick. You end up passing the inn you stayed at. It seems pretty quiet in there right now. And you come upon a building that's rather magnificently crafted in... It's crafted more in, like, stone. Just regular stone, but it's got these very intricate Veldspar swirling designs that almost look arcane, but seem to be more decorative. Maybe they're arcane, you're not sure. And just kind of swirl over it until you can read words. Hold on. The name of the place called the Silver Horse, and it's got like a very stylized script and a very kind of like an abstract, just a few lines version of like it looks like a horse over the door, and like all in Veldspar. You guys enter?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Straight to the door, pushing it open with my mage hand.
So as you push the door open, there's like a little tinkling sound of a small little bell, and you hear a, let's say, deep booming voice just say, "Welcome to the Silver Horse. How can I help you today?" And what you see is a human man, dark-skinned, very vibrantly green eyes, like almost sort of magically so. It's got black locks, hair, and very extravagant navy blue robes with silver stars patterned all over them, and what you swear, I'm gonna say, anyone that's born on Atemnity would recognize as constellations. And
Not me.
arms spread wide and just beckoning you in with a smile. No, you would not
Good
recognize him.
morning, great sir.
Good morning, my...
And I'll fly over. I'll hover at head level about 4 feet away from him, and do like a hovering sit with my knee crossed. How are you on this fine day?
Excellent, excellent. How are you, my good Fae friend?
Another day in paradise. Nobody tried to fireball me or nothing. It's been a good day.
Well, that's good.
You're not gonna fireball us, are you?
Not today. He just grins.
Got a question for you.
What's that?
When we were at the inn, I was asking where's a place an adventurer would go to look for gear. And they brought you up.
Of course.
What kind of gear you got?
What are you looking for? He just kind of leans forward on the counter, our arms kind of resting on it, crossed, and just kind of leans forward to look at you. Big
lean forward, still hovering at the same height.
Okay.
Still hovering the same height. I lean forward, I put my hands on my knees and put my chin into my hands and go, bag of holding.
When did I have that?
Or something along those lines.
Let me think. And he kind of stands up and turns around with a bit of like a flourish even, and you swear it almost looks like Larry, you've seen enough of the morning. It almost looks like he's gonna portal, but he doesn't. There's no dust, nothing, and he just spins around and walks through this let's say kind of beaded curtain, but it's like looks like little silver stars, and they kind of tinkle as if they're made of metal. And pushes through it, and kind of rustling around the back, and he walks back out carrying what looks just like a regular like backpack, and it's kind of we'll say it's a deep green color, and says, "Well, I don't have a bag of holding. I do have this haversack."
I've heard of these.
Mm-hmm. It's not
These
quite
are very interesting. Now I have a side question.
What's that?
So Candace has asked us to take a shipment to Doncaster.
Mm-hmm. The weekly or the monthly shipment in the Veldraspar, I assume.
Yep. So she wants us to guard this and get it up to Doncaster, and we're not. You can tell I'm not local, and my friends aren't either. This is a little new for us. Does Candace have the ability to grant that as payment for our trip?
It's kind of something. This is under my.
That's what I'm asking. I mean, can Candace pay for it for you, or get it from you for however you all work the economy side of things, or get us a significant discount on the purchase of that?
It's complicated here. Because some gold does travel through here. I import a lot of things from other places. I enchant my own wares, of course.
Absolutely. And you are obviously a very powerful enchanter. I can feel the power emanating from you.
And we do have some coin to share.
Not to mention you are a striking man. I love your eyes.
I like your ropes. They're very pretty.
I think a deal could be worked out. Usually those that take the shipments are natives to Aquarian that make the journey once a month. But if she's bringing in outside contractors, I'm sure we could come up with some sort of deal. for supplies. He just kind of winks.
Do a backflip in the air and let a little fairy dust go. Which is really just powder off my moth wings.
Fair.
I love it. I like the way your mind works. Although I do have other questions, though. What kind of other stuff do you... This is kind of what I was thinking, because I point back to Gail. She is incredible, but we really... We've got a very long road ahead of us, and I was thinking something like a bag of holding or something. This was way beyond what I was actually hoping you would have. But this might, that's something that we can get her to help us get through the road ahead, and to help with the travel there. To Doncaster and back. But do you have other things that I may be able to purchase with gold?
As I look through my list of cool stuff. What kind of things are you thinking about? What do you need?
Well, got this beautiful bow that I love a lot. I kind of show off my short bow of Twilight Valkyrie. It's incredible, and I love it. And that's kind of what I use normally. But you know, I kind of feel like I'm not very well protected. So like a cloak. Something a cloak, a ring I can wear as a necklace, you see how big I am. Leather, could it be possible to have my armor enchanted, or is there armor that you might be able to find that might fit somebody my size?
I mean, enchantments themselves take time, but I'm sure you know that most magical armor will shrink to fit your size.
Well, they do in the Fae. I just didn't know here. This, forgive me, but this is a very different world than what I'm used to. It's fascinating. I'm enjoying it, especially the people like you. But I'm still learning about it. By the way, I gotta ask. Your eyes are just beautiful. What is going on with your eyes?
Wouldn't you like to know? She winks again.
I would like to know. I will find out.
I'm sure you will.
That said. Or do you have something I could replace maybe my and I pull out my dagger-sized short sword. or anything that you could think of that a adventuring group. And I also for my friends, and I point back to my friends.
Lyra's a little lame.
Lyra, for instance, it's okay. Forgive the old man who's forgotten things, but it's a violin, right?
Yeah.
She's an incredible violin player. Anything that might help with that? A violin or anything like that?
I believe I might.
Stradivarius. I've heard they're very good.
You might have something that will. Sorry, I'm just trying to find shit.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Gotta dig through the mounds of DM notes.
Going in all sorts of directions on purpose, Anya, and I apologize ahead of time.
That's fine. He just said, a violin, huh? I'm assuming you have it kind of like, like the handle's probably strapped to your back or something, right?
Yeah, easy access.
And he just kind of like looks at the handle of your shirt. He's like, I might have something in that realm. And he kind of like turns around and looks on the shelf behind him. Before, as you're looking and you kind of follow his eye line, you see what looks like a violin up on a higher shelf. You can it's no mistaking the look of like the handle and the edge of it that you can see, Lyra, because you have one. But as he pulls it down, it looks like it's just, instead of like the whole body being solid wood and obviously hollow inside, but looking like it's solid wood, it's just like the wood outline of it, and it's like there's holes in on either side of the strings where the body of the violin would be, and does it look like there's strings? And he just holds it out and says, "This is a violin of the painted soul." And he kind of like pulls the bow that's kind of attached to it and pulls it across. And as he pulls it across, you see what looks like strings light up as he pulls it across, and it makes a beautiful sound. And he says, when you play this instrument, you can imagine any scene you want, and light will form to play out the scene. And he's like, let me show you. Kind of like holds it up and kind of closes his eyes and starts playing. And as you hear the music come out, you see like what looks like a couple of like children running along chasing a ball, and then they pick it up and throw it, and then they just kind of dissolve into the air as the music stops. It's quite the useful little thing. It also helps you, as you might notice, with such magical capabilities. Helps you your performances. Be a little better. It can also cause other creatures to be more susceptible to your charm spells, and makes things a little bit
Holding your charms.
even more so, and just generally makes your spell casting gets a little more oomph.
Choose it.
Now I must say, you aren't the richest of folks yet. We're hopefully we will get there. How much does something like that run?
Gotta find where I put it. Did I not put it in here? Ooh, I didn't write it down. My bad. Ooh. I have a whole list and I didn't actually put it in here. Oops.
Oops.
We gotta find my folder again, cause I'm smart.
We did drag you into a weird spot. It's okay. Little time. You got it.
Get over it. Oh, I didn't say what the thing is. Just let me look it up. Homebrew items. It would run you about kind of eyes Lyra, eyes you Quentin, and says 2,000 gold. Steel.
Right now, but I will certainly come back for it if I have to.
That is a heck of a deal, and I will not argue that a bit. We'll ask a question though. Is there a way to get discounts? Or trades?
I mean, what have you got for trade? I'm sure we could work out a deal for trade.
Well, first, I do have this wonderful candle that stays lit underwater, but it's not worth anything more than like 50 gold pieces. I know that.
I do have message ammunition. I don't necessarily want to shoot anyone to give this message.
That's interesting.
And I am willing to trade a dinner with me and as much Fey knowledge as you can drag out of me during that dinner.
Well,
And you
that's
decide what
a
that was
fascinating
worth.
proposition.
He is a quick eater, though.
I will even go a step further and say the dinner will last as long as you would like.
That sounds marvelous. Let me see. So, message ammunition.
Yes,
And
actually.
interesting. And what else?
Deep candle.
Those are fascinating.
That's all I got on my critters. I can up.
I guess I could knock.
She was coming in here going, oh Lord, all I've got is a candle with the deep.
Knowledge about the Fae was fascinating.
So far it's exclusive. Everybody is looking at me like they want to. Why do they all look at me like they want to dissect me here? I know they say study, but
They're curious. Everyone's curious here. We're scholars. I could knock 1,000 gold off the price for that brace, and that's even more of a steal if I'm not. If you're, if you ask me.
absolutely think that's an incredible deal. Can you give me just a minute to talk with my friends?
Of course. And he kind of like, he kind of rests the violin on the counter.
I shoot over and I like to do the motion in. Huddle up. I have 200 gold I'll put forward to this.
I have
Gail?
400 gold I'd put forward to this.
You can have my 500.
Well, how about we just take 400, buddy?
What if I give you
Hold on.
500?
I have a side question, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
What are you using for a weapon these days?
Oh, it's that fancy rapier that I believe Gail found it. She's the one who gave it to me.
That's true.
It's
Very
shiny.
to a bigger weapon, or is that good with you?
Oh, I like this.
Okay.
I believe
Then-
I found one.
Then I say we take the 400 from him. I put in 200. That puts us at 6.
I can put forward the next 400.
Why don't you both put together 200 each, and that brings us to 1,000. And if I have to, I can borrow a little money for the dinner from you guys.
I'd gladly pay for your dinner.
You should ask about a griffin.
I will. You know what? There are no griffins in this area, but I will ask him if there's a good place for us when we are traveling to look for griffin's deeds. Okay?
Gold. And he hands over the 400 gold.
I'm gonna say, side note, Lyra, you know that Shelly Aaron is very big on griffins. I forgot about that part. I literally just remembered the fact, but anyway, continue. I know you probably won't tell him. I just thought to put that fact into the world.
It's a good knowledge to have. Especially to keep them distracted if we travel.
Anyway, continue.
If we can talk Candace into it, and he's good with it, and we can work it out. Have her sack Gale is a beautiful thing, and I think it would be great for us as a group, and you'd be an easy thing for you to carry, because no matter what we put in it, always weighs the same amount.
Yeah,
And it holds way more than it looks like it will.
Well, if we're going to be picking up a considerable amount of stuff, it's a good thing to have.
So and that takes care of us getting paid to take the shipment, because that's probably worth 1,000 gold pieces. Probably more.
Almost undoubtedly more. But you get to explain to our friend here. We're traveling for 2 weeks.
What?
Have fun.
No!
Actually, your friend. You do travel with us. I know quite a bit about griffins.
We can
They're
talk
quite
about
common where I'm from.
They are.
They are.
And we can start preparing our knowledge so that we will create a plan during these weeks of travel on what to do with griffins when we finally get one.
You promise that we'll get one.
Well, we will try.
Very hard.
Very
hard.
hard.
Depended on it.
Someday.
Actually, if once we are all finished with this, I might be able to get you one. I do have some very strong connections back home.
We got to do a lot of talking about it on the road.
I've handed over 100 gold to
I take his 400, I collect my 200 into it, and I
pass 200, and stares at the 100 she's just been handed.
To Gale, collect. I'm assuming you're 200, Gale.
Yeah, 200's fine.
I think it was the message ammunition was also in that, and the
candle.
And the deep candle.
Yeah.
And I do the up and down flying as I'm carrying more than I'm used to.
So it's a little heavy.
And I put it down on the counter and I said, "You got a deal."
He's like, excellent, and he kind of like pulls them forward and kind of gently. So he like pulls a small case out and sets the violin in it, and closes it and pushes it towards Lyra, and says, "And so, my fairy friend, dinner's when?"
Dinner will be as soon as let me get with Candace. I want to see if because I want to make proper plans for our dinner. And if we got to leave right away, like tomorrow, I want to hold off on dinner when we get back from Calander or which Doncaster. I want to make sure, and then when we get back from Doncaster, that'll give me a little time to set it up as they finish their research to tell us the things we need to know.
I'll hold you to it.
I'll hold you to it.
I'm looking forward. I gotta find out about those eyes.
He just kind of flutters his eyelashes.
If you can think of anything else while we're gone, or if anything comes up, or when you see us around, let me know. I think this is gonna be kind of a home hub for us for a while.
It's fair. It's a lovely town.
I like it a lot, and the prices are right. And with that, I bid you a fond farewell. And I give a deep bow and I say, I will talk to Candace and I'll have her get with you about talk about the haversack. Okay?
Alright. Sounds good. Also, so Lyra, you can add the violin of the painted soul to your character sheet.
Alright.
What was his name?
You never got it. You never asked it.
Oh, and I will stop myself. Sorry. I am so fascinated. What do I call you, kind being?
Runswick Moore. RUNSWICKMOORE.
Runswick Moore.
Just waiting for you guys to ask names. I didn't ask the bartender's name either.
Never. I did that one kind of on purpose. This one I actually forgot. Bartender, I was like, I'm just gonna. I was like, that's just me being me with the bartender. This one though is more fascinating.
Yay. So you leave with your purchase, or what would you guys like to do? Oh, bless you.
So are we going to take the job?
I think we are, but let me go. Do you all want to? I say we all go back and talk to Candace real quick, or we may not even have to talk to Candace. We can probably talk to the lab at the front door.
Just a quick confirmation, and then figure out when she wants us to leave.
Yep. Figure out the details of when we're traveling, and make sure that it's okay for us to get that haversack in return.
Yeah, seems good.
So what was the guy at the front desk's name?
It wasn't really a front desk. It just happened to be in a room studying and happens to be inside the front door. But it's Elias. Elias.
So Elias with a Y.
It's how do you spell it? ELYAS.
Elias. Go again. Hand to the door. See if Elias is sitting there.
Oh yeah, he's still sitting in his chair, and he's probably moved around a bit, but and he's kind of like actually in the middle of a stretch as you open the door. And says, you're back already?
Yeah, but Candace had asked us. Excuse me. Wow, that was a good one. Candace had asked us if we would accompany the shipment to Doncaster.
Yes.
And
Do you leave soon?
we're not normally like work for free types. But we wanted to talk it over, and we talked it over, and I talked it over with Runswick.
Yes, Runswick.
And
Wonderful man.
I was, if Candace would see kind to make arrangements with Runswick for us to get the haversack he has, we would gladly love to take the shipment to Doncaster.
That's interesting. I'll have to, I'll go get Candace for you. I can't really speak for her.
No problem. If she wants to think about it and let us know at the end, we can do that too.
And he kind of puts down the book that he was reading and wheels up from behind the desk and wheels towards the corridor. And he's only gone like 2 minutes before he comes back.
I swing over to read the book. Swing over to check out what book he was reading.
Do you read Abyssal? Oh wait, hold on. I gotta make sure he reads it too. Give me a second.
No, I don't.
Never mind, he doesn't read that either. Do you read Draconic?
I do.
Wow, okay, then you can read it. It's a book on, and I'll say it's Draconic, but there's something different about it. But you're not, so there's a couple words that you're not quite sure what they say, but you can tell it's kind of Draconic, but it's different.
Draconic derivative.
Cavian. Anyway, it's basically a book on what would I say?
Is it on the brand?
Yeah, it's basically a book on it sounds like, from like because he kind of put it face down on the page he was reading, and appalling, I know, to put a book like that, but like so you can keep his place. And the page that you it flipped over to, it looks like is just talking about the Totemic Mark itself, and like how it's the beginning or probably midway through the process of the imprinting it or branding it onto a Cavian child.
Interesting. Your friend, come here real quick.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
I grab his hand and I use his finger. I said, "Give me black ink."
Okay. What am I drawing on?
Just give your finger and say in black ink, and I use his finger to write Sylvan off the side. This seems a little barbaric.
Crayon.
I give it back to him. Thanks, buddy. Back to the desk.
Yeah. So, like I said, a couple minutes later, you hear Elias' chair wheeling back down the corridor, and he comes around the corner with Candace right behind him, and she says, "You're back already? Discussed, have you?"
We went down and we. By the way. Brunswick. Awesome. I love that man. We discussed a few things over with Brunswick, and if you will do us a small favor and make arrangements for this to happen for the haversack that he has, we will gladly take on this mission.
I think that sounds like potentially necessary equipment. It won't fit the crate, sadly. It's won't fit through the into the hole, but I think something like that could be arranged.
Then you have a deal, and when do we need to? When do we need to? Where do we need to be, and when?
The shipment is due to leave tomorrow morning. It has to be in the capital soon, in a couple weeks.
Do we need to have our cart moved somewhere so they can load it, or?
Just pull it up to the doors here. Should do.
We will have it moved over this afternoon then.
All right. Excellent. And thank you very much. And just do remember it needs to be guarded carefully. All sorts of people will gladly steal this substance, and that just can't happen. Grave importance.
We will have Gale guard it with Lyra's life.
You just tilt your head to the side. Alright. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
If I'm Lyra responsible for it, I know Gale will. We will do everything to make it happen. Trust me on this one.
Alright.
He's not wrong.
That's fair.
Already learning the dirty techniques.
That's fair. I'll see you tomorrow.
Lady. I'm gonna give it another official deep bow, like I did earlier.
I'm gonna say, make a perception check there, Quentin.
Yeah, I'm not perceiving anything.
Okay, you don't know this thing. I'm gonna say Lyra and your friend do notice, Elias just finishing casting what looks like a bit of a ritual spell, and then he kind of like looks down at the book he just flipped over and looks over at Quentin and just shakes his head.
They're babies. towards the window. Towards the door.
And they live because of this process.
Didn't say it wasn't necessary. Just I don't like it. I'm not a baby. Pointing at the one on my arm.
Candace just looked confused and she says, I've got research to do, and she turns around and goes back to her office.
Don't worry, thanks for time. That's not in there forever.
He's already trying to like rub it out. He's like, gives up. He can't comprehend languages on that, by the way. He does not speak so as he goes back to work and you guys exit, what would you like to do?
Gale's just gonna take a moment and look at the group and be like, so are we leaving tomorrow morning then?
Tomorrow morning, it looks like. I'll talk to the, we never did get the halflings thing, did we?
No, we didn't.
I think we're gonna be here a while. I better learn.
There.
Was it a her? Was it
There. There.
Think of it as that.
It was a barkeep.
We'll get the barkeep's name. That answer, Gale.
Thank you.
And we'll see if we can make arrangements for the cart to be brought around. But I think other than that, we're pretty good. Although I do say, somebody should give us a concert tonight with her new violin.
I would want to.
She should.
I sang Gale last night.
You did. It was pretty good. If you don't mind though, I mean, this is a pretty safe town overall. I might stay back for a bit and talk with some of these academics. I kind of want to get a sense of how the world's changed since I went to sleep.
Absolutely. Makes sense to me. Do you mind taking cliff notes and thinking anything that I might find important and let me know?
Yeah, I can certainly report back.
I'd appreciate it, because I don't know nothing about this place.
Yeah,
Although
that's
I
fair.
get to like the people. Then I will slide up to Gail's ear and whisper, if you find anything out about those eyes, let me know.
I think that's probably going to be a you task.
No, but I'm really curious now.
Again, I think that's a you task.
Yes, ma'am. Your friend?
Yes.
Cards.
Fancy cards.
Let's go play.
Yep.
Teach you a new game called Texas Hold.
We hold all of what?
What's Texas?
It's the card game that there was this really neat guy that came to the Fae once. He wore a big old hat. The summer court was doing something with him, and he ended up coming over to the winter court with one of their nobles. I don't know. It was really. The summer court and the winter court don't usually talk very much. When they do, it's with swords. But somehow this guy won something in the summer court playing this game, and they had to bring him over to the winter court, and we learned the game there, and it's really fun to play.
Well, you say fun. I'm ready for fun.
In the meantime, I will teach you guys how to play Texas Hold. I just wish I had that guy's hat. That guy's hat was awesome.
I wish you had that as well.
Alright, so you all leave, and I'm assuming Gail, you staying behind?
Yeah, Gail's gonna wait until everyone is kind of head off and then head back inside.
Alright.
She's gonna ask if she can see Candace in her office.
We'll say you come back in the building again, Elias, wow, looks up and just says, back again so soon?
I had to send him off. Have this conversation.
Alright. You want to speak to Candace, I assume?
What was that?
You want to speak to Candace, I presume?
Yes, please.
I figured as much. Go ahead, she's in her office.
She'll kind of head back. She's been in this office like
yeah.
twice now. She knows this.
Yeah, she knows where it is. It's fairly straightforward. It's not the biggest of buildings. So you go in you find her office, presumably knock, and she permits you to enter, and she says, I was wondering when you might come to chat. Pull up a chair.
She'll do so.
I'm
A
assuming,
little reluctantly, but
I'm assuming you have questions?
yesterday I think it was, you said you were like me, correct?
That's correct. It's an interesting phenomenon, you could say. We are...
What is it?
We are beings that are... How do I put this? We're essentially made up of magic, the wild magics of the plains. We're called Hollow Ones. We don't really have a soul. It's our essence that has been brought back. It's still something many people are researching. But basically, something happened on those plains, I'm sure you know. And because of what happened there, it did something that brought many people, or a fair number of people, back from the dead, basically. And now we walk ageless, clinging to life. It's It's a life. What would you like to know?
So there's others like us who they're just bringing up like daisies every couple seasons.
Not like daisies, but I've met a few. They're scattered around Atemnity. Not all are mages. Some are more of the physical sort. Some are even farmers. And I'm sure there's more that I did not know of. Like I did not know that there were, I assume, by your armor, Chevalier and military.
I think I was a knight before. It's my memories are a little hazy from.
Yes, they will.
Everything, especially leading up to the Flash.
Yeah, they will be for a while. It takes time. Eventually, they'll come back to you, or you'll rebuild them from things you learn. I remember in my early days, the dreams and the visions and the flashes of memory were overwhelming at times. It's something that you don't really talk about much, because I mean, we're basically dead. Kind of. It's weird. People would see us as dead, sense us as dead.
Yeah, sort of figured that out. With the spells. And this process give you magic?
Not so much. Generally, I had magic in life. I retained that. I've learned and studied more. But it did not give me magic.
That's the thing I'm confused about. I don't think I had spells before.
And are they arcane in nature or more divine?
I don't know. It seems clerical, maybe.
Interesting.
Can heal. That's I haven't seen wizards do that. I don't think.
That's certainly not something I can do. I wish sometimes. Interesting. And you seem very protective of Nat Lyra.
Yeah, the princess.
Yes, you seem. If you say you were a knight in your previous life, perhaps one of the gods has seen fit to bestow you with power.
Then I mean that's kind of why I assume I woke up. I thought it was just something needed me here. Lyra needed me here, and she played a song, and I woke up. But you're telling me there's other people.
Where did you wake up precisely? Was it on the plains?
I don't know. It was in a field. I don't know geography like Lyra. This is Natalie does.
These fields, they were. I assume they're very flat. Interesting. She played a song, you said. Was it magic? Was she using magic?
She does usually cast magic when she's singing sometimes. Yeah. So possibly.
Interesting.
I woke up. It wasn't quite a voice, but it was just the knowledge that this is why I was waking up, and this is My entire purpose was I have to keep her safe. That was the only thought.
Interesting. If it was on the plains, as I suspect, and if you were in the Shellier's military at that time, I assume you were probably in that battle. If she casts magic on the plains, then I could very well see the wild magics causing you to be brought. And she uses the air quotes back. So it's very possible. It's an interesting way. I mean, I woke up, as far as I was aware, days after I apparently died. But not much time had passed for me.
You have lost days.
Yeah. Maybe a week, tops.
Sounds like I lost a few centuries.
Sounds like. And you said you crawled out of the ground?
I just woke up in the dirt. I wasn't that far under, I don't think.
Most graves there, I believe, are shallow.
Yeah,
It's
a
not
bit of a scramble.
It's interesting. It's interesting to know that the wild magics are still doing this.
Yes. And would my magic be coming from the plains? I sort of followed chaos back in the day, but it was never formal.
I wouldn't say you're mad. That would be. No, I wouldn't say they're coming from the plains. The plains magic is just. It's. Chaos magic, harmony magic. Now. Equipoise. She kind of like. Looks like she's like. Yeah, that's the name. Magic. And. There's something else that was discovered there. Thalian and Cerulean scholars have been looking into it more. Trying to get information on that was from them is tricky at best. Dunamis or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's fascinating. They are still bringing people back after all this time.
Yeah, seems a bit strange.
Very.
Wow. That was I guess most of my questions. Any chance you could give me the quick summary of the last 300 years of world history? The clip version.
Let me think. Well, there's no...
You could just be like, and then they did the thing. And Gail has a small list of things you can report back to the fairy.
I'll just say, like, she's basically like, there's 3 gods. No, 4, I guess. Yeah, I'll let you know what you guys talk about. Let's say you talk with her for, like, a couple hours, probably.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of time. Even the Eclipse knows it. And I say,
there's no history world, I guess.
Chance like a 6th grade textbook on the way out. Gail's just like, God damn it, I don't think I can read that well.
And I'll say, as unless there's something specific you guys want to do in those couple hours that Gail's gone, as Gail... Go ahead.
Playing cards.
Okay, let's say you guys are playing cards. Let's say as Gail walks back into the inn looking probably thoroughly just overwhelmed, I assume, with information, I think we'll call it there for the night.
My God.
Gail somehow ended up as nobility on 2 sides.
That's not surprising. We pinned her as nobility from day 1.
Yep.
That's fun. Yeah, I'm still working out how the Feywild works in my world. I don't think it's gonna be quite as, finicky.
Throat.
Yeah.
As dark as my world.
No. Not quite as dark. It's got enough darkness in this world. Well, no, this world's more about a balance, I guess, so. Who do we want to raid?
Technically, the Feywild is all about balance. That's why you have the summer court and the winter court.
Atemnity is completely about balance, but it's also about two gods that are, like, constantly warring because neither of them care about balance, and
there's one's like, come on guys, we need to be in balance, and they're all like, you're the youngest.
No. Shut up, yeah.
Shut up, kid.
I'm gonna go raid from Prismablin.
I so love the Fae.
Wait till I hate Twitch ads, god damn it. I'm gonna raid someone I haven't raided before.
Tiana.
Very, very appreciative. You know, gems aren't coming out of the mine.
Face when your mom has an affair with a random guard and random guard